How does dialect shape our understanding of slang words? Imagine trying to understand a joke or a phrase that sounds completely foreign. That's often what happens when slang is tied to a specific dialect. Dialect is like a language's fingerprint, showing where someone is from and their social background. It includes how people pronounce words, the vocabulary they use, and even grammar rules that are unique to their community. Because slang often develops within these dialects, it carries meanings that are closely linked to local culture and identity. For example, a slang word used in one part of the country might mean something totally different elsewhere. If someone from the southern United States says, "fixin' to," they mean they are about to do something. But someone from another region might not understand that phrase at all. This shows how dialect shapes what slang words mean and how they are used. It's not just about vocabulary. Dialects reveal social identities like ethnicity, age, or community membership. Slang acts as a badge of belonging, signaling that someone shares the same background. For instance, African American vernacular English has its own slang that's deeply connected to its cultural roots. If you misunderstand or dismiss these words as just casual talk, you might miss the rich cultural meaning behind them. When dialects interact through social contact, slang words can spread into wider use. Sometimes, a slang term from one community becomes popular in others. But as it moves away from its original dialect, its meaning can shift or become less clear. This can cause confusion or even cultural misinterpretation if people use slang without understanding where it came from. To truly decode slang, it's important to recognize the dialect it belongs to. Knowing the dialect helps interpret the meaning correctly and avoid misunderstandings. For language learners or those unfamiliar with a community, slang can be tricky because it's often rooted in local speech patterns. People also switch between dialectal slang and standard language depending on the situation, which shows how much dialect influences perception and communication. In the end, dialect shapes our understanding of slang by anchoring it in specific cultural and social contexts. It makes slang a living part of language that reflects who people are and where they come from. But it also means that understanding slang requires paying attention to the dialect behind the words.